Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It's always a pleasure. Tammy and I always look forward to our Friday morning. Again, that's Eastern time, 11 o'clock Eastern. Glad to have you here, and would love to welcome everybody that's coming. Sorry, my phone is. I always do my presentation, and my phone is running, and I forgot to take the volume down. There we go. Okay, so first of all, we love to acknowledge all of you that are here bright and early. And folks, we're in a 90-day run right now. So we really, really recommend to take advantage of all the presentations that are hosting by your leaders, by the corporate entities, by anybody that is presenting the GotBackup in all languages. Take advantage of that. So let's welcome here some of you that are coming here. Make sure you put your country where you are joining us from. I see here John Agbo. Welcome. Great to have you here. We have Ed. Great to have you here. Joseph, I believe from Ghana. Let's see here. We have Francis. Welcome from Ghana. We have Ashley from California. I hope you know we're not part of the fire. And if you were, we're really, really sorry about all of that. Welcome. Great to have you here. Fulera from Belgium. Great to have you with us. Inyonam from Ghana. Thank you, Inyonam, for joining in. Bakshir from India. Welcome. Bangladesh. Let's see here. We have Charles. Welcome, Charles. And always a pleasure to have you here. Let's see. Esther. Welcome, Esther. Great to have you. Great job. I know you're on the leaderboard. We'll mention at the end of the presentation. We have Deneen. Great to have you here from Florida. Oh, we are neighbors. I know that some of you in Florida have been having some snow. Can you believe that? Tammy and I don't do snow anymore. So we come to Florida and hole in behold. This year there was a bit of snow. Let's see here. Okay. We have Lucy. Bienvenue, Lucy. It's awesome to have you here. We have Dr. Ricky from Texas. Great to have you here. We have Lim from Kentucky. Urban, great to have you from Sweden. Oh, wonderful. Great to have you here. We have Tamer. Great to have you here. Somewhere in the Middle East. And let's see here. We have Guylaine. Bonjour, Guylaine. We have Pauline. We have Long Natan. Great to have you from India. Great to have you. I apologize for my pronunciation. That's my French coming through. We have Rave. We have Marlene, Tamer, and Chris. And I know there's many of you that are signing in. Thank you for joining in. It's a real pleasure. Tammy, let's share with everybody, how did we get introduced to GotBackup? And let's go from there.
Yeah, first of all, I just wanted to welcome everybody. It's amazing to see the world come together with opportunity. It's unbelievable. Chris and I have been building global businesses now for many years. Joel connected with us, who's the owner of GotBackup, which you'll see a little bit in the presentation. All friends of ours. We watched his kids grow up, and same thing. Watch the kids grow up. And we saw him grow in the online marketing world, and he watched us grow in the network marketing world of products. And it's amazing how we come together over many years. Chris actually bought one of his services for our businesses as we were growing it globally. And long story short is, he, just like you're seeing it today, he brought this to us and said, you got to have a look at this. And this was about maybe 20 months now, Chris. And we looked at it and we said, oh my gosh, this is exactly what we were talking about in terms of having a service-based business to be able to build globally. So you're going to get all the inside scoop in this session today. Any questions that you have, it's always good to ask questions along the way. But a lot of the answers we'll be giving through the presentation. So it's often best to wait till the end. But
so feel free to
we're excited to have you here.
Yeah, feel free to post your questions as we're presenting here, folks. And as we present very often, like Tammy said, we may address them. And folks, the reason why we said yes to the opportunity, Joel, is we were looking for a digital service, because we know that the network marketing arena has, there's some challenges that's been presented to us due to inflation and all the increased cost of shipping and everything else. And when we saw an opportunity that had no shipping issues whatsoever, we thought it was absolutely brilliant. That was one thing. And we saw a real opportunity to make an impact globally, because we have friends, families from all over the world, folks. And I'm not kidding. Ghana it's like a family to us. Nigeria, we've been going to the Philippines. These are all markets. We've been going all across North America,
Yeah.
so from East Coast to the West Coast, United States, Canada, we've
Australia.
Australia, New Zealand, we've been everywhere. So we understand that it's difficult for people to start a business, but with the price tag we're going to share with you, we saw an opportunity for massive growth, and we saw a real opportunity to turn dreams into reality, folks. And I like this slide because it really represents the everyday challenges, but in the same time goals that people have. One is families are growing, right? Children are growing up. You can't stay in a 2-bedroom apartment if you have 4 kids. So eventually you have to move into a home. But if you can't afford buying a new home because of what's going on in today's economy, it's not very motivating to move forward. So God Backup could be that for you. That's why I love this picture there on the bottom left, because it represents that. What about taking vacation, folks? Especially in the past 4 years, let's go 5 years, people have been working so hard for, in some cases, a fraction for what they used to get because of, again, inflation. So what about going to a vacation where you want to, not where you can't afford to? What about having new members of the family? Could you imagine now we have to budget how many kids we can afford? That was not part of our conversation in the past. What about retirement, folks? People in our retirements are honestly not all that secure or comfortable due to what's been going on with a big reset, as we've been hearing for years. What about having an opportunity that got backup that could feed that, so you can continue to grow your nest egg? This is why we're excited about God Backup.
Yeah, and we're here to help average people to create an above average lifestyle. Obviously, the work ethic has to be there. Chris and I are just average people, you guys. If you ever got to meet us in person, we're just Chris and Tammy. And you know what? We just got tired of the system. I had a traditional business. Chris, he was working in the government. He also had a traditional business. This is all before we got involved in the network marketing space. And our lives has literally been transformed because of the network marketing profession. And in Got Backup, we're super excited. You'll see why throughout the whole presentation, because I mean, everybody uses data storage, right? And it's such a huge trend out there. So we're super pumped.
Absolutely. I'm just responding to some of you as Tammy's talking. But you see what's going on here, folks, is the company started somewhere, right? In 1997, they were in Gatineau, Quebec. And I remember Joel telling me that the bandwidth is like, think of a super highway where there's lots of cars going back in both directions. And suddenly the population is increasing so much that even though you got 16 lanes, like in California, right? 8 on one side and 80. We have that also in Toronto, Canada. Maybe not 16, but very close. The point here, it's bumper to bumper, backed up, back to back. Why is that? Is the overpopulation, and everybody's trying to go to work, to commute, and there's just no more space. And you have to wait your turn to be able to move forward. And instead of going 100 kilometers an hour, you're like 5 kilometers an hour because you're waiting, right? This is what happened also online on the internet. And what happens is the fiber optic that was where he lived couldn't support the bandwidth that was needed. So they moved into the US, where companies like Microsoft, Toyota, Google, Adobe, and many others were using these networks where the fiber optic could support the bandwidth that was required. And that's exactly why they moved there. And he bought into a 10,000 square feet data center, which, by the way, it's paid in full. This is one of the things I was very excited about, is this is a debt-free company. GVO is the owner of God Backup. So GVO has been around for over 27 years or so, and God Backup is just over 2 years or around. We're crossing the 2-year mark. So you're getting the best of both worlds, a new opportunity mixed with a company that can support the investment that it's required to build. This is why we chose to be part of this. And folks, there's 2 global trends that you need to consider in wanting to spend time or even resources, which is so little, to start your business.
Yeah, and data storage is that trend. Everybody has devices. Everybody has more than one device. And you can see all the data that would be created over time because of that. So you can see 15 billion devices out there. And what are they doing? taking pictures, they're taking videos. There's lots of AI stuff going on now. Everybody's on social media. So lots of stuff is being filling up our phones. So we have a huge trend here.
Absolutely, Tammy. I totally agree with you. And the percentage of global mobile traffic, folks, from 2011 to 2023, when I'm excited, I speak really fast. I'm going to slow down a little bit. From 6% to 60%. I mean, that, folks, is incredible growth. Incredible growth. Let's carry on. The size of cloud storage market worldwide from 2022 to 2030, folks, it was from 90 billion close to $500 billion in revenue. Folks, I'm telling you, be be mindful of a lot of folks that may kind of distract you on the reality of the numbers. Folks, cloud storage is the way to go, is the new oil. This is where you want to invest your time. This is where Tammy are very, very, very committed. Let's talk about cell phone addictions.
Yeah, we always say cell phone addictions, but we really do use our phones for everything in today's world. Chris and I, we have a couple of properties, and we have devices where we can look at our properties while we're not there. We do this through our devices. We no longer carry our cards because we do everything through
She means credit cards, right?
our phones. Yeah, our credit cards. I mean, we use it for so many things, and all of you can look at this chart and look at the percentages of people using it. But I know personally, my phone has to be around me all the time because we're in business. And when it's not around me, I actually go and search for it. So I guess that would be a cell phone addiction.
That's an understatement, folks. And that comes with a downside. And that's why data storage is so important. Is 45% of cell phone users, and these numbers are all, I think it's worse than that now, have actually damaged their cell phones or lost their data. Think about it. This is a piece of your soul you cannot get back if the only copy happens to be in this device and the device is gone. Folks, you need to back up your stuff. 5,700 screens are cracked every hour. Laptop, cell phone stolen every 43 seconds. That is devastating. Here's another really irritating message. I don't know about you.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, Chris and I were seeing stuff like this when Joel was connecting with us. So it's interesting because when we follow up with people and talk to them, everybody's getting these messages. So it's a great conversation to have to show them a solution. When you're getting these messages, what are they saying? They're saying to clean up your stuff, get rid of stuff, or pay more. That's basically what they're saying. So your stuff is full. You need to clean.
Absolutely. And I'll show you exactly how I'm organized at the end of this presentation to show you how amazing this is. Folks, the second trend is making more money, right? 42% of Americans have side businesses today. And 62% of Gen Z, these are our kids, right? 18 to 25. Actually, my kids are passing that now. Amazing how fast things go. But the fact here, what about the rest of the world, folks? People are looking. Every 2 seconds, there's someone promoting some kind of an online business. What better opportunity than what we have to offer here, folks? Leverage these two global trends with GotBackup. This is what we're talking about. It is the only opportunity that pays you. Tammy, let's cover a little bit of what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, so we're mainly going to talk about the core product, which is the data storage. And then Chris is going to briefly go into the VIP package. And the reason why there's so many people that want to get their marketing efforts to another level. Well, that's what the VIP package is about. So let's just jump into the core product, Chris. So you get 6 terabytes of data storage. Write that down, you guys. This is huge. We got so excited when we saw this because we've never seen anything like this before. 6 terabytes of data storage. On your account, you can have 5 additional members. Phenomenal for families. 5 additional members that can share the terabytes. And each member has their own password and their own account. So they would just upload all their stuff with their security, right? And then you have unlimited devices, and all of this for $10 a month. It's crazy. When we saw it, we just like, oh my gosh, we got to be part of this. Plus, the big bonus, you guys, is the home-based business opportunity. There's lots of businesses out there, lots of home-based businesses, but GotBackup has the only home-based business that talks about data storage, that has data storage. So you want to jump on this.
And if you can look at our competitors, folks, the big three, iCloud, Dropbox, Google Drive, they're all within the $10 mark. It's $9.99 over at about 2 terabytes average. Not about, I guess it's exactly 2 terabytes. What I mean is the amount of users may vary. And we're at $9.97. Okay. So 2 cents cheaper. But the fact is, we have 6 terabytes, not two, 6 terabytes. And Tammy stated 6 separate accounts, each have their own ID and password. So it stays secure. And the person who owns the account can't really see the space that you're sharing with their family members, friends. They don't even have to be in the same house. They don't have to be in the same country. Talk about this. Here's another one. If you talk about yearly, iCloud, Dropbox, Google Drive, keep in mind that these numbers could vary. Keep in mind that was a slide that was taken close to about a year ago. So obviously numbers could vary, could be more expensive, could be a little less, but you do see the difference here, right? And an average of about 6 terabytes, 360, 660, and 216. Again, that could vary. And we're looking at $9.97. The value is unbeatable, it's unquestionable. Let's summarize what we got.
Yeah, and most people spend money to cover their devices, but the most important thing is what's inside, right? So we just got to make sure that we have that both done equally, is to protect it from the outside and definitely protect it from the inside. With your 6 terabytes of data storage, $9.97 a month, you're going to see an option yearly as well to save money. It includes up to 6 members on one account. You have Android, iPhone. You saw the automatic uploads. Oh, Chris is going to be showing you that. Sorry, and the security that's there with the GotBackup.
Absolutely.
So you have everything in one package, and just so you know, is the 30-day money back guarantee.
Exactly. And here's the thing, folks. Very important. Let the software do the job. Don't interfere. Don't try to upload your own things. When you first do the initial install, watch the video, let the app do the work. I find when there's challenges is when people don't fully understand and they interfere with the software to do its job. Let's listen to this video because it explains exactly what you need to do. Let's watch this.
This is a quick walkthrough of how to install your GotBackup app onto your mobile device. In this case, I'm using the Android Galaxy, but the process is the same also on an iPhone. So to download your app, there's 2 ways to do this. You can either come to the Play Store. On an iPhone, it's called just the App Store, and just search for GotBackup. And there it is. Or we could come to our members area and go to use this tool, and then you will see it here on your dashboard. So again, I'm using my Android device. So I'm going to go ahead and click this, and it's going to take me to my Google Play Store. If you're on an iPhone, it will take you to your App Store on your iPhone device. So I'm going to go ahead and install that. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and open it. It's going to ask you to log into your account. Go ahead and allow all your notifications so it could let you know that everything's being uploaded properly, and go ahead and put in your unique ID. Once logged in, you will be asked to let GotBackup access your photos and videos on your mobile device. Select Allow. Without having to do anything, an Android upload folder was automatically created for me. Neat! If you are on an iPhone, the folder will be called iPhone Upload. Now, depending on how many photos and videos is on your device, your first backup might take some time. So it is highly recommended that your device is on a charger and is connected to Wi-Fi. It is a good idea to start your first backup in the evening and keep your GotBackup app open and let it back up overnight. One more thing I'd like to point out. If I tap on these 3 little lines on the top left corner and tap on Settings, you will see these 3 boxes under Monitor are automatically checked. Auto Upload will automatically upload all future photos and videos taken on your device to your GotBackup cloud. Camera Roll Upload will back up all existing photos and videos that are stored on your device to your GotBackup cloud. And Upload Only on Wi-Fi will only back up your data while connected to Wi-Fi. If you have an unlimited data plan, you can uncheck this. So if I come to my gallery, I'm going to have a slew of pictures from over the years. This is actually Joel's phone, so if I come to my albums, I have almost 1,400 pictures. Alright, so if I come to my app, come back to my menu and click Transfers, you're going to see all my pictures now are uploading. Since this might be a large upload at first and I have a low battery, it's highly recommended that you plug into a power source. So I'm going to do that right now. Alright, now that's finished. We can now see that our Android upload has all been categorized by what year these photos were taken. These were taken in 2021. And this was just recently. So that's pretty much it.
So as you can see, folks, it's a very, very simple process. And what I'm talking about here are optional. This is the VIP package. VTuber is like your own YouTube channel where you can upload your videos. You can share them through your social media through a link or through the MP4 that you can send to someone as a link that can download on their device, their computer, whatever. It's really, really straightforward. This one here is, think of you doing an event and having a QR code available to your attendees where they can scan or click a link and they can upload all the pictures they took from that event, that you receive them all in that environment, which in turn you can actually share that with the entire audience and they can choose which picture they want to download. And by the way, you can actually use that also as a recruiting tool. Phenomenal. The next one over here is a promo link where, let's say that you'd like to do some modification to some of the default links that are provided to you when you start your GotBackup. Maybe you'd like to change some of the vocabulary. Maybe you'd like to change a language that's not supported yet. Maybe you create your own video that you want to share with your audience. So many options that are here. And this one here is your own domain. So instead of, let's say, using gotbackup.com, you can use cloudstorage.space or whatever, right? And then you can make that available. And that's the link that you would share with your audience. Really, really straightforward, folks. And the thing, folks, as Tammy said earlier, this is the only cloud storage that pays you. Making money with GotBackup is absolutely awesome. Let us show you how you can benefit from telling this to your social network.
Yeah, and there's nothing like timing, you guys. We're all in at the very beginning. So we're just at the beginning of growing. Nobody's heard of GotBackup. So this is the time to really run with it. And you get paid 7 ways. We're going to go through the 3 and that are highlighted. And the other ones are bonuses as you start building a team. So customer acquisition bonus, CAB, that is when you personally sign somebody up into the business. If they decide to pay monthly, then you're going to get 200% upfront, which is, let's just round it off. $20 is $19.97. And then if somebody says, you know what, I'm just going to pay yearly, which most people do, because you save a couple months of payments, it's $99.97. You're going to get 50% upfront. So the key is to talk to as many people as you can to make that upfront commission. And 25%, if they decide to, hey, I'm doing the VIP, I'm going all the way, you'll get an additional 25%. So the customer acquisition bonus, if you just build a customer base or you have some customers, it's 25% ongoing. So Chris, let's share a couple of different examples. So let's say you brought in 20 people into the business and they come in for the monthly $9.97. You're going to get 200% upfront, which is, let's round it off, $20 times 20 people. It's $400 in commission. And you're not limited to the amount of people to bring into GotBackup. I know that there's people bringing in hundreds of people. It's crazy. I know it's such a great opportunity. And then of course, customers, if you had 20 customers, 25% ongoing with that $10 a month, that's $2.50. You get $50 monthly ongoing. And this is pure residual, you guys. This is amazing. So, not everybody is looking to make money. I don't know many people today that are not looking for money, but not everybody is, right?
Well, some folks they just want to use the service, right? And that's
Sure.
totally fine. And that's why the customer program is there for folks
Exactly.
that you just want to have access to the service. 6 terabytes, folks, it's a lot of space to store your data that you can free up your devices. Now, the second way we earn money is what we call cycle earnings. Before I explain that, let's just get a better understanding what it means. Is it's you're building a two-team tree structure. There's a left side and a right side. Okay. So direct, when you see direct referral, that's someone you personally introduce. When you see indirect referral, it's someone that's above you sharing the same line. You remember, there's only two lines. You could bring 100 people. Where do you place them? Well, either right or left, right? So the one on the bottom right here, you can see is direct. That's someone you brought in. And the indirect just above benefits from the person you've enrolled that you may not even know of, right? But you benefit from the volume that's generated. So let me expand on that. So what we call that cycle bonus. It's really simple. You earn a cycle tier 1 or tier 2. The difference between the two is more money. Tier 2, you're more than double the income than tier 1. So the steps is number one, you need to remain active. Just like whatever membership you pay on a monthly basis. I'm going to use one of the most popular one, Netflix lately. You saw their stocks. At the end of the day, right? They're charging you a monthly fee. And that, as long as you pay the monthly fee, you have access to your programs. Well, same here. You have access to your cloud to be able to back up your stuff. And GotBackup is amazing if you just want to stop, right? They give you time to extract your data. My point in saying is if you want to keep earning, you remain active. Number two, to start earning in a cycle bonus, you need to have sponsored one person on your left, one person on your right. One person on your left, one person on your right, which, by the way, we call that a copper. I'll come back to that in a minute. So very simple. Number three is to earn a cycle, it needs to see 6 members. For those of you that understand the term ratio 4-2, what it means is you have at least 4 on one side and 2 on the other side. Okay. So a total of 6, where 2 have to be personally enrolled by you on the left and 1 on the right. The moment that happens, that generates one cycle. Well, what's the value of a cycle? Well, it is based on a company's profitability. It is also based on your rank. And I'll come back as we get into the rank in a moment. Number 3, this one could be very significant for you because as you start introducing people to the business, the company will compensate you by getting what we call a team bonus cycle match. For example, this starts as Satfire, and I'll explain to you what those are in a moment. The moment, let's say you sponsor me, I'm an associate, you sponsor me, I build my business and I'm earning X amount of cycles. Let's say to have a number, I did 100 cycles this month. Well, you will earn 25 of those cycles. And again, a cycle could vary from month to month. Now, when you do the math, that's most likely not going to be $1,000. So we're not saying you're going to make $1,000. We're saying it's capped at $1,000. Let's just say you sponsored 50 people like me. Some of you have sponsored hundreds. And some of us are earning, I don't know, quite a bit of money. So you can earn more than $1,000 if, let's say, I cycle a whole lot more. So the company say, hey, if you want to make more, you got to move up rank by helping other people also qualifying for copper. And I'll explain that to you in a minute. So that's what we call an emerald. You see, you're doubling the team bonus cycle to 50%. So now the cap jumps from 1,000 to 2,000. This is what this means. This is for every person that you have enroll as a reseller. You can see they can go up to $20,000 per person. I have never seen an opportunity that can give you this kind of flexibility with a $10 price point entry. Let me rephrase that. A $10 entry price point. Folks, think about this. But of course, it's not going to happen by sponsoring 3 people. It's going to happen as you grow your business. And the compounding effect is absolutely critical. As Tammy stated, the other bonuses here are given to you as you grow your business. Generation bonus. This is like, some people say, well, I have all this big leg on my right side and my left side didn't really develop. How can I benefit from this big leg? The answer is generation bonus. This happens when you become a goal. From that point on, folks, it's very straightforward. Every time he sees a $10, it's 2.5%. It may not seem like a lot for one, but as this grows, keeping in mind that Dropbox has over 700 million users, do you understand the potential as this moved in time, as this increases? Dynamic compression is exactly number 4. The only difference, it goes deeper in the tree. You can go deeper. Okay. Rank bonus pool is when you reach certain ranks, you get a bonus for reaching these ranks. And leadership bonus pool is as you move up and as you build your leadership. All of this will flourish as you start moving up in rank. So, Tammy, how do we get started?
Yeah, you can see the word simple system. I love that because we're all about simplicity. The goal is to get yourself signed up and then go get two people that are looking for an opportunity and want to use our service. Place one on the left, one on the right. You saw the graph that Chris was showing earlier, and go and do it again. That's number 3. Get 2 more people, one left, one right. And then you want to duplicate that within your organization, get them to do the same thing, and so on and so forth. And you can see the power of this really, really growing is sharing simple steps, because people can do simple steps when they have super busy lives.
I totally agree, Tammy.
And
How do we get started?
Yeah, and it's a $20 fee, and that's an annual fee, and that's to have your back office, the operating stuff that the company has to pay for. It's $20 a year for us. It's a joke. Coming from a traditional business, I know how much money it costs to get things running, and then of course you decide whether you want to do yearly or you want to do monthly. And you can see the yearly is highlighted in red because most people decide, you know what, I'm going to save a couple months worth of payments, just going to pay it up front. 12 months, I don't have to think about it, and it's done. So those are your options on getting started with the core product.
And these are the VIP prices, which is $39.97 a month or $3.99 a year. It's really straightforward, folks. Again, it's optional. These are tools that Tammy and I use all the time. Now, we just added another country. Back to you, Tammy.
Yeah, Nicaragua. Oh, this is so awesome. It seems every single week we do presentations. There's one more added. There's one more added. It's so amazing. When we started, 20 months ago, I don't remember exactly the number. There might have been like 20, Chris, something like that were already in within the first month. So that was insane when we saw that. And Chris and I have been in the industry, as we mentioned, for many, many years. And we've never been part of a company that didn't go over 24 countries maximum over years. So here we are, 20 months or 21 months. We're going to be April. The company will be 2 years, and they're already in 151. It's so amazing.
It certainly is, Tammy. And folks, recognizing achievement is so important. And even in your back office, you have all the tools for this. But these are the ranks that I was mentioning about earlier. As a bronze, that means you sponsor one person. As a copper, if you recall, you have one on your left, one on your right. That's what we call the copper. Everything is based on duplication. And when you reach a level silver, that means that someone you brought in, or maybe not someone you brought in, but deviates from someone that you brought in, became copper. Boom, you become a silver. Isn't that awesome? You become a gold when you've sponsored 5 people, and out of those 5 people, or anyone that they might have brought in, reach the copper level. Then, and there's a little bit more requirements that are there, but very simple, that by default, the other requirements tends to happen by default, just by meeting these requirements. It's by helping people sponsoring too. That is the whole philosophy. As you move up to platinum, right? It's very similar, but at that point, folks, what's going on is, as a platinum, remember when I talk about tier 1 and tier 2 cycles? You're in tier 2 cycle now. So you're doubling your income and your cycle bonus because you moved from tier 1 to tier 2. And as you move up to Sapphire, remember when I talked about the matching cycles? That starts at Sapphire. Folks, it's really not difficult. It's really not hard to sponsor people that bring 2. And it's not asking for the end of the world. It's so simple. And it's a $10 price entry plus a $20 for month 1. So again, you can pay again yearly. But you understand the potential. And as you move up in rank, folks, then the compensation plan just spreads like a beautiful flower. And then you just benefit from all of that. Okay, so let's finish up with the support before I show folks how it looks on the back end.
Yeah, so Chris is going to show you some of this stuff, but you got your personalized referral link, and that's to invite people to presentations, to look at videos, and you have a personalized landing page. You have an email marketing system built in. That really excited me when I saw this, because I didn't realize that was free in the system. And so you've got an email marketing system built in. So you can create your own emails to your database. You have marketing tools in your back office. You've got regular online presentations that are going on in obviously English with the owner of the company, Joel, every single Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss it. Chris and I never miss it. There's always something that he says that we get more excited about it, and he's always sharing the new updates. And then we've got our Fridays every Friday at 11 a.m. But you also have phenomenal presentations in different parts of the world. I know they do presentations in Ghana on Sunday. I know that they do some French presentations. There's Spanish coming soon. I saw in the back office there's some great leaders rising in the Spanish market. So and Italian, of course. We've got Sylvia and Walter that are doing company presentations in Italian. So there's a lot out there, and it's expanding, it's growing. I heard somebody in the chat last week that that Greece is coming too. So wow, this is amazing. So you also have team trainings. You've got your own teams. Like the moment you get started, you're part of a team. A lot of team leaders create their own things, which is phenomenal. It's directed towards that core group. But you also have company, which is Chris and I are doing the Saturdays, and that's the team training. So show up tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern if you want to see how the training is being conducted. We're in a 90-day drive into momentum. There's so many people that need to be recognized today, Chris, because there's a lot of growth happening because of the focus of the 90 days.
I agree, Tammy. Folks, there's products. This is a product that everyone needs and a business that everyone can afford. As I said at the beginning of the presentation, this is the reason why we chose to embark in this journey. Folks, it's time to get started now. Let's turn your dreams into reality. Let me give you a little bit of a tour on the back here. The back, this what you see here is all the menus that are available to you as you are in your back office. And this is what we call the leaderboard. And the leaderboard updates. You have those two guys here that are constantly recruiting, and we have Fernando, we have Dr. Joanna, we have Dr. Keoway, we have Mr. Godfred and Bernice, we have GotBackup Amazing Deal, we have Jeff Hammond, we have Alan and Candida Vera Botella. Congratulations.
Wonderful.
These are the top 10 commission earned in that week period. On the right side, it's a bit of a slower part of the clock, which is a all-time commission earned. So it doesn't change often, but these are folks that are very seriously building their businesses. And the top 10 weekly sales, right? These are people that have sponsored folks. We have Joshua, Fernando, Jose, David, Candida, Elizabeth, GotBackup Amazing Deal, Jar, Comfort, and Maria. Congratulations. Well done. On the right-hand side, these are people promoting their affiliate link, the link that's provided to you. We have Sifred, we have Esther, we have Fernando, we have Danielle, Mikhail, we have Emperor Didor Digital LLC, we have Tatus, we have Julian, we have Tumuka and Julian. Congratulations. Absolutely amazing. Now, what I'd like to do here, folks, very quickly, as you click on your digital tools and you click on the GotBackup, use this tool, okay? It's going to take you right here. Okay, you can see that I'm using a little bit more than half my cloud service. I'm using 3.1 out of 7 just because I've upgraded. I've added another terabyte because I know I use a lot of space. And what's really cool here, folks, is if you click on auto login, you can see here it will take you to your cloud. You can also go right to your gotbackup.com. Of course, it's going to prompt you for your ID and your password. It'll take you to your own account. You can see how I have 3 computers that are backed up. This is because of the software that was originally installed, and which is the version here, open your control panel. This is what's going right now. See, it's been backed up as of this morning, 10:24 a.m. And you can also click on this link, which will bring you to the same space. And you can see here, it's actually doing another update, right? So it's doing an incremental backup. And that's this computer right now, 1.18 terabytes. So you can see there's a lot of stuff in here. And then, of course, this is my laptop in Toronto, Canada, which right now it's off. So obviously it's not going to change. And this one over here, I know some of you might have followed me, but it used to be 31 or whatever. Now it's 41. This is this computer over here. Okay. So what's happening is I got rid of a lot of files in there on my computer, and it's backing up stuff constantly, and I can go back in time and bring back whatever I want. So what's really cool here is this is my phone, right? So here what I did is I backed up my phone. So I'm not going to go into the details because obviously that's my personal stuff, but you can see here 2024, you can see all the months that's been accumulated over here. If I go back to January, 2025, there's obviously 1 month. So everything is updated as of the last moment I took my picture because it uploads automatically. Absolutely awesome. What's really cool also is these are collaborating files. You can actually drag files from your local drive right into here. Now, in my root directory here, I don't keep anything other than computers, right? So in other words, this directory is directory that happens to be on computer, the MacBook Pro 2. This is how I'm organized, folks. So whenever I need something, I can go in here and I could, let's say, I can select this video over here. And if I want to share this, I can simply get a link, or I can share the link and I can turn around, as Joel talks about often, I can copy this and make that available to every single one of you. For example, if I copy this right now, it's very straightforward. I'm going to put it over here. And every one of you can actually see this. It's really, really straightforward and it's easy. You can actually collaborate. If I happen to have a PowerPoint over here, I can double click on this over here, and very quickly, what is going to happen is it's going to happen, and you and I can collaborate if I share the link with you. Okay, for the sake of time, I'm not going to go into details, but just for you to understand, this is how I'm organized. Okay, all my computers are backed up and safe. My phone data is over here, right? And I also have my collaborating files. Everything is on my cloud. So it is an absolute amazing system, folks. And these are all the tools. When you start building your business, how do I build my business? You click on this reseller tool right here, and you're going to see all the tools that are available for you to promote. If someone wants to start right now, I would give him that link right over here. And from there, in fact, what I would do is I would click on the Get Started button now. Notice what happens here. It adds a little bit more parameters. If you give that entire link to someone, it'll take them right here with your ID, and they can just enroll on the spot. Is not awesome?
Yeah.
Now, the other thing that's also important here is there's about a few weeks ago, we've introduced what we call a new funnel, which is a 7-day trial. So this is the business approach, and this is the product approach. So let's say I want to use this one over here. You notice this is my cloud space. This is the domain I created. I wish I could give you an example. But what happens here, they click on that. They can watch the video. And the moment they click start your free trial, there is no credit card requirements here. They just provide the information. You click yes, create my account. And what's going to happen is right away, it'll be prompted to log in, and it will have a lighter version than this. Obviously, you're not going to see all these menus, but a lighter version than this to be able to access their tools to download the software. And the last point I want to cover here, folks, it's important. Watch the videos. It will simplify your life. Watch the videos. If you have a Mac, watch this one. If you have a PC, watch this one. And when it comes to the mobile app, you saw the video, you just have to go to the Apple Store or the Google Play Store and access these apps. You don't even have to, even before you have your account, you can download the app, but you can't use it until your account's created, right? So it's going to prompt you for an ID and a password. But my point is that you can access all this stuff. So it is so simple, and something I'm not going to get into, but you also have an email marketing system that's included with your $9.97 a month, folks. These are things that most network marketers have to pay extra money to have access to their downline and to be able to submit information and remind them of presentations that we do. So listen, in closing here, folks, it's a wonderful opportunity. And Tammy and I are really excited about this. So Tammy, what are the last words you want to share as we end this session?
Jump in. I mean, this company is growing very fast. You know, everybody always talks about, oh, I wish I could be part of something at the beginning. This is it. This is it. And it's such a huge opportunity that is absolutely affordable in any country around the world. And the only limit you have is what you decide to do with it, right? So jump in, run with us. You've got everything in place to succeed with this. And we're all here to support you. We're one big family with GotBackup.
Absolutely. So, folks, listen, have yourself a wonderful rest of your day. We want to see you tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock Eastern time. If you're part of the Telegram group, we're going to post a link in there. I know there's an email that is going to be sent from the company reminding you of this trainings. This is a 90-day run. Every Saturday, we're doing a training that's related to the topic for the month of January before we fall into the month of February. Okay. So, and again, if you missed it, it's okay. All the calls are recorded. There's a playlist called 90-Day Run. Click on that and you can go back and check out the videos from the first 2 sessions that we've done, 3 sessions that we've done. There will be session number 4 on Saturday. So everybody have yourself a great rest of your weekend. And thank you so much for the wonderful feedback and for the consistency of showing up for the presentation. Bye for now.